What is up, everyone? I know I'm going live at a very obscure time, but the New York Yankees just made a trade for right-handed relief pitcher Fernando Cruz and catcher Alex Jackson. Obviously, the big thing here is the Yankees traded Jose Trevino, which I find to be, extremely surprising. I'm kind of stunned here. Let me just type out the link. I'm just going to tweet out the link. I apologize, guys. I just want to get this link out on Twitter and then on Facebook. Now, if you're here on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on the Twitter, on the YouTube page, and you're here for the live stream, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. If you guys press the like button, it helps. There is so much we're going to talk about with this move. Let me get started. Let's do a little roll call here. If you're here on the YouTube, on the Twitter, wherever it is, make sure you say, let's go Yankees. Let's get a roll call going here. I can't believe the Yankees made a trade just out of nowhere. Again, it's an out of nowhere trade. I had no idea this trade was going to go on. I had no indication. There was nothing that indicated this was going to happen. I don't know. Let's go Yankees. This is She Willie. Hope you're doing well, man. Bo Salas says Matt Blake master class incoming. Dee's channel says, hey, Orion, #1 Yanks fan. Great trade for us. Bo Salas, Matt Blake master class incoming. It's my first time being on your stream live. Appreciate you, Dee's channel. If you're here and you're here for the first time, appreciate you stopping by for the first time. If this is, your returning viewer, we appreciate you showing back up. But with that being said, Golden Spatian, love the trade. They need strikeout pitching. First off, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I'm going to now get us loaded up with our lovely, and I mean absolutely lovely, screen share so that we can talk about Fernando Cruz, talk about Alex Jackson, talk about Jose Trevino and the Yankees trading him. And thank you again for the awesome super chat. Sorry, let me just get this going. This is just, I decided, after I wrote the article, I was like, I'm going to decide to go live. We're going to talk about this. I was going to get ready to go to bed, but I guess we're not going to bed. Wilfred says what's up. I hope you're doing well, man. I appreciate you. Wilfred, you're a great follow on Twitter. Great. I appreciate you stopping by. I knew Trevino was gone after the Sox ran and stole 6 bases on him. That's fair. Demon Cash. Yes, indeed. Matt Blake's in his money's worth. Yeah, you know what? The Yankees are going to really push him this year. So let's talk a little bit. Zach G, my man, I appreciate you stopping by. We got Shapi here. Man, I've wanted Cruz so bad each of the last 2 deadlines. It's a pipe dream with his talent and value. How the hell did Cashman do this? We're going to talk about it. So we've got Fernando Cruz here, his Fangraphs page. Fernando Cruz, look, the ERA is not pretty, right? But this is what you're staring at here. And you're going, this is why the Yankees get him. The Yankees got him because of the strikeout rate, 32.8, 35.1, 37.2%. Let's look at his numbers in his career and stack them up to every other relief pitcher and qualified relief pitchers over that time span. So I looked at the last 3 years. We've got relief pitchers, qualified relief pitchers, and we've got strikeout rate. And you have Fernando Cruz is 6th. Fernando Cruz is 6th highest strikeout rate in baseball. If you look at strikeout to walk rate, 22.8%. That's still elite. That's in the upper echelon, top 20. Right, strikeout to walk rate is one of the most predictive metrics when it comes to ERA. That batting average against, right, it's super low. It's damage contact that really kills them. Right, a 213 average. It's pretty solid. The underlying metrics, right, skill interactive ERA. What does it tell us about someone like Cruz? It tells us that Fernando Cruz is a kind of an unlucky reliever. It tells us, look at FIP, 3.17. How many pitchers have a greater differential in the ERA and FIP? Only Aaron Bummer. It's a smart move. It's the kind of move that I'm really happy with. He pitched in Cincinnati this year. And if you look at his numbers in Cincinnati, 5.45 ERA, a little more manageable, 4.15 on the road. In his career, FIP's been better on the road. ERA's been better on the road. 3.75 ERA on the road, 2.92 FIP. We know that Cincinnati is it's just a hitter's wet dream. 0.63 home runs per 9 on the road, 1.31 at home. Again, I feel like it has more to do with the ballpark than the quality of pitcher. Yes, Devin Williams and Cruz, both in the top 10, both in the top 6 for strikeout percentage. Let's share this tab right now. And yes, we're going to talk about what this can mean for potential moves for the Yankees. I know people talk about what I was referencing with Nate Lowe kind of all winter. We'll talk about that a little bit. look, I'm not a big red circles good, blue circles bad guy, but when you see 99th percentile whiff, 99th percentile K rate, that's super encouraging, right? That's the kind of stuff that you want in a relief pitcher. You want these high swing and miss guys, these guys who can just punch tickets and, really just dominate, right? You want guys who can dominate on the mound. Cruz, again, the swing and miss stuff. Let's look at that splitter. And this splitter is gross. I mean, it is one of the best pitches in baseball. Look at the splitter, right? It has tons of vertical drop off of that fastball. It's a straight dropping pitch. 81.5. There's basically 13 miles an hour velocity difference off these two pitches and a crazy amount of swing and miss, just an insane amount of swing and miss. The one pitch I do think the Yankees could consider bringing back, what about that slider? He threw it a little bit a year ago, kind of ditched it, even though it did really well for him. It's a kind of a two-plane slider, decent drop, decent horizontal movement, but nothing crazy. You can see right here, right around the average for a slider thrown at 83 miles an hour. Maybe the Yankees tinker with that. He threw a sinker before. Again, maybe the Yankees tinker with that. I wonder if they're able to kind of adjust the cutter too. The cutter really struggled this year. I don't think it's a pitch that should struggle the way it did. We've got another super chat. We've got Dee's channel. I always watch your videos, but never your live stream. Keep up the great content. Dee's, thank you so much. And for you, of course. So appreciate you with the super chat. Thank you all again. If you guys have not liked, make sure you press that like button on these streams. It really helps the algorithm. Subscribe, comment, do whatever you can. It's all free to do all these things. So really appreciate any and all support. You guys have been awesome with the support lately. And so, it's just fun to go live and chop it up with you guys and talk a little ball. Good trade. I think it's a really good trade for the Yankees. Again, Fernando Cruz is a big swing and miss guy. And they look at the Yankees. All right, how do they project for the 2025 season? We've been talking about projections. You're not going to see a massive change in win percentage because you get a reliever. I'm pretty sure it's a zero. I think that's literally a 0.02 increase in their projections for their team for winning percentage. But if you look at that bullpen, right? Now the catcher position is going to take a hit, right? The Yankees went from one of the best catching groups to a good, not great one. Now, personally, I think I would go with JC Escarra to get some reps over Alex Jackson. We'll talk about JC Escarra in a little bit. But the Yankees really improved their bullpen room. The bullpen room's gotten a lot better. Look at that projected ERA. It's the fifth best. Look at the projected WAR. It's the fifth best. Look at the projected FIP. Right, the projected FIP is still really good. This is awesome. The Yankees have added a ton of swing and miss. That projected strikeout per nine rate, 9.4 as a group. There are look at the options they have. Fernando Cruz, Devin Williams, Mark Leiter Jr., Clayton Beeter, Ian Hamilton, Luke Weaver. Ignore Luis Heel and Clark Schmidt. They're going to be in this group because of how they assign innings for your bullpen. Can, Jonathan Loaizaga be a guy for you this year? Can JT Brubacher step up? The Yankees have a lot of arms now. And Brandon, to catch you up, the Yankees acquired right-handed relief pitcher Fernando Cruz for catcher Jose Trevino. They also got a catcher in return, Alex Jackson. We'll talk about Alex Jackson a little bit. Escarra is very good defensively. I think Escarra is someone who the Yankees, I've heard a lot of really good things about JC Escarra and his defense. When we talk about the Yankees and, what they do very well, they evaluate catching defense at a very high level. The Yankees have always been excellent at, identifying, they've done a really good job identifying defensive production at the catching position. They've developed it very well. A lot of people said, Austin Wells can't catch. And then Austin Wells became one of the best defensive catchers in the sport. So, I've heard a lot of good about how they feel about his defensive reps. I think that there's reason to believe that if the Yankees believe you're good at framing, you are a good framer and you are a good defender, but we'll wait and see. I do agree with this, though. The Carlos Narvaez trade does make a little less sense now. I did like who we got back in return, that being Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. We're talking about another Cruz. But Narvaez felt like the natural replacement for Trevino. I'm a little bit kind of shocked because Narvaez is right-handed, while Escarra is left-handed. So, how does that work in a platoon? But I think that they're going to get him reps. I wonder if they think something of Alex Jackson. I personally don't view Alex Jackson as a major league, kind of a quality defensive player. But I think personally the Yankees are very good at catching development, very good at assessing catching value. I wouldn't be shocked if their internal metrics tell them that JC Escarra can handle the position, but we'll have to wait and see. There's still time in the offseason for them to do things. I would explore the catching market a little bit. This is a pre-move for something bigger. I'm not particularly sure it's the Yankees setting something up, or if it's just them finding a way to improve the bullpen so that they don't have to spend on the reliever market, getting 4 years of Fernando Cruz, which is important. Fernando Cruz is someone who can miss a ton of bats, who has 4 years of control. I believe he's still pre-arbitration. It frees up money. There is really, really good that the Yankees have someone like Cruz that they have cheap control over for the next few years. But maybe they're setting up for an opportunity to trade relievers and get a bat somewhere else, or get an arm, whatever they have to do at that point. I have no idea how Alex Jackson's employed. Neither do I. He's a good defensive player, but I don't think it really makes much sense to. Now, I will say Alex Jackson, the one thing he has going for him is that he hit the ball really hard in the minor leagues, but he is 28, so AAA data to me, it's a little concerning to be reliant on that. Maybe someone who can just hit left-handed pitching, and I don't know. We'll see. I'm not particularly jazzed about Alex Jackson, but it doesn't really matter. Add Weaver in there too. We're the best bullpen at MLB. This certainly has the chance to be one of the best bullpens in the sport. Pair that with a rotation that got a lot better with Max Fried, and you've got a group that could win quite a few games with their pitching staff next season. And that's obviously, that's the goal. You want to prevent runs as a pitching staff. You want to miss bats. Missing bats is how you consistently prevent runs. You want to do things that allow you to consistently prevent runs, or reliably prevent runs. That's the best way to put it. You want to reliably prevent runs. And the Yankees have done, in my opinion, a pretty good job so far of addressing that need with guys who, again, reliably prevent runs. Deggs is a good trade. I think Trevino's a little washed. I like Trevino. I do like Trevino. This has nothing to do with my opinion of Trevino. I have a very high opinion of Trevino, I guess, compared to the average Yankee fan. I view him as a premier defensive player. I've called him a premium defensive player. I've said that trading him as a salary dump doesn't make sense. This is a salary dump. It's improving your bullpen, improving your roster, making your team considerably better, in the bullpen. And that's, I'm all for that. I'm always going to be all for that. As it pertains to some other questions, I wish we go after Luis Ariz for infield help. I disagree. I think Luis Ariz is a better hitter than what we have at first. I'd say he's better than Ben Rice offensively, right? I'd say he's a better hitter than, I'd say Oswaldo Cabrera, right? And my audio is kind of in and out. Let me see if I can fix this. Can you guys hear me currently? I hope everything's good with my audio. I apologize there. But I think, again, I think the Yankees, they've made their bullpen better. They've made their roster better. I just don't think that, on the pitching side, if you're going to focus so much on pitching, they should get a poor defensive player. Is Ben Rice going to catch and play first? That's a great question. I don't know if the Yankees are going to play Ben Rice at catcher. I know they do like him a little bit defensively. We'll see if that applies enough for them to say, all right, Ben Rice, you're going to split time with Austin Wells at catcher and first base. I really miss Brian Cashman. He's one of the few guys who can. I will really miss Brian Cashman because he's one of the few guys who can pull up trades like this. Look, Cashman, I think he pulled off a great deal here. I mean, it's gonna be quite interesting to see how he does. Hey guys, I'm glad you like the deal. More moves to come. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you so much, Brian. Thank you for this trade. You're better on. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate you, man. Rice better than Escarra. I think I don't know. We'll see. It's all about defense. Defense is king at the catcher position. So. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about who I'd go with right now. That's going to take a little bit of time. So, we'll see. Scar better defensively. Hey, that's something where we'll see how the Yankees feel. We'll see how that works. So yeah, just saw this good trade, bad trade. What do we think? I think it's a good trade. Again, Fernando Cruz, tons of swing and miss stuff. He's awesome. I love this guy. This guy rocks. This means Bregman's coming to the Yankees. I disagree. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the Yankees are going to sign Alex Bregman this winter. They got the you got the fried rice duo. I love that. Love it. Alex Jackson, he's a good defender. He's one of the worst hitters I've ever seen in my life. So Yeah, that's where I'm at. Best offseason from Cash in a long time. No, I think it would have been the best offseason in a long time if they got Soto, but I get it. I just think the Yankees have done a really good job of pivoting so far this winter. And they've got a ton of swing and miss stuff. They have a ton of swing and miss stuff, and that's what matters to me. I want swing and miss guys. I want guys who can punch tickets. I want guys who can dominate on the mound. What are we doing with DJ? I have no idea. What do I think about Christian Walker signing with the Astros? That's a great question. I thought they got a good value on the deal. I kind of bummed we didn't get him at 3 years, $60 million. I understand their draft picks are important and the international free agent money is important. So, emotion aside, you understand why a decision's being made and why that decision's being made. I think that it is what it is. It is what it is. Holby Miller and Fernando Cruz are huge sleepers this offseason. Glad they got one. I am too. I was kind of bummed to see Holby Miller go to the Rangers. Number one, because I want to import reliever talent to the Rangers for Nathaniel Lowe. But it is what it is. Milner. Wow, I got it wrong 2 times. Milner is a very good reliever, and Fernando Cruz, of course, happy to have him on the roster and happy to add him with his swing and miss stuff again. Who did the Astros ship to Walker? They signed him in free agency to a 3-year, $60 million deal. Yeah, you think Matt Blake will increase his velo and fastball. I've seen some pitchers get more velo, like Luke Weaver hitting 96 to 99. Hey, that's a great question. The Yankees are very good with fastball velo. I think the number one improvement will come from going away from a ballpark like Cincinnati. The Great American Ballpark is not great for pitchers, pun intended. We could see an increase in fastball velocity. I think that is very over the top mechanics make his fastball pitch that just naturally isn't going to get a ton of swing and miss. What I would do is just stop throwing that cutter. That cutter kind of sucks. It's not a very good pitch. I think he should be fastball splitter, and again, try the slider again. Let's try the slider instead of the cutter because the cutter's not working. Cutter hasn't worked for years. The slider had a little bit of success in that sample size. I would stick away from the cutter from Fernando Cruz, but it's one of those changes where it's such a simple change that I'm very confident, very, very, very confident. Yeah. Wow, great whiff and strikeout numbers. Does he have a walk issue with the large ERA? The big problem, and let me pull this up here. Nope, not what I meant to do. Relievers, I'll pull this up for you now. Sure, as Tavis said, give me 1 second. I'm going to mute. I had to clear my throat a little bit. So if you look at Fernando Cruz, right, here's kind of some of the issues. A little bit of it is the walks, obviously. Another part of it, he plays behind a terrible defense. And the other part is he plays in the Great American Ballpark. 5.26 ERA at home at the Great American Ballpark. Strikeout rates are really good still. FIP is really good. XFIP's really good. 1.31 home runs per 9. That's not great. But the away numbers, still got a great strikeout to walk rate. Still, low FIP. But look at the home runs per 9, 0.63, and look at the ERA, 3.75. So, I think part of it is the ballpark he plays in. We could look at shares tab instead. How does the defense affect? How does the defense affect him? Like, how is his defense helping or not helping him? We're going to check fielding run out above average. So we're going to go here and we're going to tell you guys how this defense is either A, helped or B, hurt. Fernando Cruz over the last few years, we're going to split years. Yep, we want split years. 2022 team Reds. We want to update. I'm going to go here. Where is Cruz? There we go. Fernando Cruz, 0 outs above average. His defense has been average behind him. The Yankees, if they can put together the right defense, that might help them. But again, I think a lot of it has to do with the ballpark. The ballpark's not very nice for him. Let's look at Fernando Cruz. Share this tab instead. Let's look at expected home runs. He would have had 9 home runs. That's not great, but 4 home runs a year prior. And also, it's not even just about the home runs, it's about the doubles, the balls that drop, the balls that get into the gap in, again, the Great American Ballpark. It's just not a great ballpark to pitch in if you're a pitcher. And, the Yankees are getting a guy who has an obvious flaw pitch. The Yankees are going to be able to kind of neutralize the usage of. They can either dial it down, they can fix the shape, they can add a different pitch in its place. I agree. It's an amazing trade. I appreciate you for the kind words, Cool Sports Guy. I appreciate you, man. Walk to the Astros, okay, would have lost. Yeah, no, I get it. I get why they didn't do it. Again, it's just like it sucks because he's a good player, and it's $20 million. It's not a number that I think is unreasonable. But unfortunately, as you pointed out, it's more draft picks. That's not fun. Well, they announced Goldie. I don't know if they're going to get Goldie. I think it seems like the smoke is there, but we'll see. Great analysis. Thank you. Appreciate you, Sean. Taylor trade. Team Sosa. I disagree. I think the Yankees got quite I think the Yankees got quite the arm. I think the Yankees got quite the reliever. So yeah. Really good trade. Appreciate you. Why can't Cashman sign Turner Scott? Because it's going to cost you $18 million a year. That's just not, it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make any sense to do that for a reliever. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Hi, we got Ronald saying, what's up? Hope you're doing well, man. I'm super happy about this one. I'm super happy that the Yankees are just getting arms that punch tickets. I'm really happy about this stuff. It's great. Yankees bullpen looking scary. Yeah, the rotation and the bullpen for sure. Need a left in the pen. I think Tim Hill's fine. Definitely the hitters, not just everyone swinging through fences. I think they need a little pop too. I think they could use a little bit of pop. It could be Jackson. It could be Escobar. It could be anybody. So yeah, we'll see. How are you, Ronald? I'm doing well. Finished all my finals. Finals week is awful. Every time going on vacation with a few friends, that should be fun. Hey, man, hope you have a great time. I heard Walker 3 years, $60 million. Yeah, the Yankees. I don't think he guaranteed that third year. I think that was the difference between them and getting him and not getting him. And then, of course, I think the Yankees were in a situation where, they didn't want to give up additional picks for his services. Hot take. I think if starting Ben Rice hits 30 home runs, I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right, because that would be sick if he hit 30 home runs next year for the Yankees. I feel really good about Fernando Cruz to the Yankees. Fernando Cruz, it's awesome. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the deal. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah. No, Cruz is a little older. That's a little bit of a concern. Cruz is entering his age 35 season. But I think he can hold up throwing a nasty splitter. Really, you're looking like a 2-year, 3-year window for this stuff. So yeah. Again, I really am happy about this trade. I'm very excited for this. Let's see if I can. I'd get like copyright strike so hard if I did that. If I showed videos, let's see. Let me get a compilation for you guys. If I get a compilation from Twitter, is it copyrighted content? We'll see. Hold on. This is from friend on Twitter. TJ Stats. Let's see if we can. Hold on. Only reason I have to block replies, I'm not going to lie, guys, is because is it not let me? Okay. I don't know if it shows this. I'd like to mute this. There we go. So this is him just throwing splitters. I mean, this is gross stuff. This is, again, TJ Stats on Twitter. Put together a compilation, getting some whiffs on it. I mean, this is gross. This splitter is disgusting. It is one of the best pitches on the market, in baseball. It is disgusting, gross. I mean, it's a rainbow split. It gets tons of vertical drop. It gets tons of swing and miss. It's one of those pitches. I mean, he's just absolutely dicing these guys up. They do not have a chance. None of these guys have a chance of hitting that pitch. It is one of the best splitters I've seen. And it works against righties, and that's a huge thing, because it's a huge deal, because throwing pitches that can work against righties and lefties, that's how you get consistent swing and miss. And I mean, that's gross. I cannot it is a beautiful looking pitch. It is quite a gorgeous offering, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to have this on the bullpen. It's just nice to have some more swing and miss. Again, the Yankees last year were, the Yankees were 12th in strikeout rate as a bullpen last year. Let's pull up their bullpen stats as a group. You have strikeout rate. They were 12th. in strikeout rate. In strikeout to walk rate, they were 15th. That's not going to cut it for me. That's not going to cut it. They need to be a better swing and miss unit. They're going to be a better swing and miss unit. Now they have Devin Williams and Fernando Cruz and Luke Weaver. They have so many guys who can punch tickets. Yep, I think he should add his slider back. I agree. Need that. Also agree. Also need him on this team. I need to see him start throwing the ball immediately. Love this trade. I love it too, man. I love it too. Yes, it does. I don't know if it helps them save luxury tax money, not international free agent money. They'll probably free up like $3 million doing this. So yeah. Moved off the sinker ballers. We used to have that for years. It's working, but now the pen is more exciting. I think you need a mix of both. I think you need to have sinker ballers. And by having sinker ballers, you get some, you in my opinion, you're able to coax some ground balls, but you need to have guys who can just punch tickets. You need guys who could just go out there and dominate. That's kind of where I'm at. So, I'm really happy with this. Again, I agree. They're going in the right direction by going after more swing and miss instead of being all ground ball. Roki Sasaki about the Yankees thoughts. So Alex and I are probably going to talk about this more tomorrow. But so far, I think that the Dodgers are still going to get him. I think the Dodgers are going to get him. I think the Dodgers are going to get Sasaki. I think the Padres are the best bet for the Dodgers, or the best competition for the Dodgers on Sasaki. I hope that us getting into that second round means we have a real chance. I hope the Yankees are able to, how do I put this? I hope the Yankees are able to get maybe another meeting, but honestly, I don't know. I feel like the Dodgers are going to get him. Or the Padres still heavily favor the Dodgers in my head. I don't know. I think I'm just not going to get my hopes up. I feel like getting my hopes up, it's just not going to work the way that I want to do. I want it to. I don't think it's going to, if I get my hopes up, then I'm going to be disappointed at the end. That's going to suck, So I'm just going to keep my hopes down for now. The Yankees know how to work with bullpen arms. They're great with it. Yes, then they need bats. That's what they need to do. He'll hopefully resign Cousins, Leiter, F. Ross, Loizaga, Cruz, Weaver, Williams, Chills. They might have Beater in that mix. Beater punches tickets. They can punch tickets, man. That's what they can do. They can punch tickets. It's great, man. It's really the kind of stuff that you need. What I like about Fireside Yankees is just stats driven. I appreciate you, man. We try to be very stat fluid and all that stuff. So thank you, man. Or trade someone like Cousins or Efros for a low wage type and get Brubacher in there. Excited to see Beater in the mix for sure. Yeah, I love Clayton Beater. I've talked about Clayton Beater before. Let me get this overlay I had of Beater a while ago. Let's see if I can. Canley and Hill gone. I don't think this closed the door on both. I think it closed the door maybe on both of them coming back, but not on the Yankees keeping one of them, if that makes sense. Let's see. Share this tab instead. So look at this is my favorite Clayton Beater overlay. Fastball, slide P. I mean, look at it out of the hand. You cannot tell which pitch is which. Look at this. And then bang. You've got two pitches just completely apart from each other. Clayton Beater, I love Clayton Beater, man. I've raved about Clayton Beater as a reliever. I never really bought into him as a starter. I thought the velo wasn't enough, but as a reliever, man, I mean, he's throwing. Again, look at that. Look at how these pitches come out of the hand, man. This is unreal. This is unreal stuff. Look at this. And then look. I mean, how are you supposed to hit that? Let's see if I can adjust the playback a little bit. As Zach has said, hitting is impossible. He has some of the best vertical separation between slider and fastball in the game. It's just not, as you mentioned, it's not fair at all. Hitting is not easy at all. Thank you, Joey Gallo. Yes, thank you, Joey Gallo. Wish we could trade DJ and Strowman. It'd give us a top 10 prospect. I'd give up a top 10 prospect to move that $30 million in salary. Look, I completely get, your point on that. I wish the Yankees could clear some payroll as well. I'm sure they're trying very hard to figure out how they can improve their payroll situation, but we'll have to wait and see. I question how much more money the Dodgers and Mets have left. I think the Yankees have a good shot at Sasaki. The only thing I could wonder is, to what extent do we think Roki Sasaki cares about international free agent money? The reason I say that is because if he cared about international free agent money, wouldn't he have waited 2 years just to test the market as a free agent who could sign for an unlimited amount of money, like as much money as he could get? So yeah, I don't know. We're Lacey all the way. I'm really bad at pronouncing names, so please don't kill me on this. I know my uncle roots for that team. So that's his squad. So that's my squad. I feel like I have to inherit it. So yeah. With you on Goldschmidt, let's talk about Paul Goldschmidt for a second. Paul Goldschmidt, he, and this is kind of what I've been trying to consistently convey about Paul Goldschmidt. It's not that he can't be good next year. His projections are really strong. He has really strong projections. He should be able to mash according to these projections. But my concern is that I don't think the projections reflect where he's going next. I think projections believe he's going to take a step forward next year. I believe he'll take a step back. His swinging strike rate went up from last season. His chase rate is up from last season. His chase rate from last season is up from the year prior. Swinging strike rate is up from the year prior. Hard hit rates, a little bit down. Barrel rate, a little bit down. It's the lowest he's had since 2019, his first year with the Cardinals. The defense isn't great enough. The ground ball rates are a little bit higher. He keeps hitting the ball on the ground. Infield fly ball rate, I guess that's gotten better. He's selling out to pull. That's a little concerning. He's someone who, when he has his all fields approach and is making a good amount of contact, that's how he's going. I have serious concerns that Paul Goldschmidt isn't going to be the hitter that we want him to be or we want him to be. I know that he's, someone who's been durable. He, killed left-handed pitching last year. I know he had better numbers on the road than at home, but it's just really concerning for me to, be like, hey, is Paul Goldschmidt really going to give me what I'm looking for? I don't think so. I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong if the Yankees sign him, but if the Yankees don't sign him, I will completely be in agreement with them on why they didn't. Pitch design has gotten easier to understand. Training velocity has gotten better. Organizations have gotten better at all this stuff, and it's really cool. Do you like Yoenis Gomez as an option too? I think that he's more of trade bait, but they're going to need to start figuring out kind of whether he could be a real arm or not for this team in 2024 because 2025 because honestly, fastball's good, sweeper's good, but we'll see if we'll see how this can go. We'll see how this stuff can go. It's one of those things where I don't know. I feel like Gomez is a tweeter at this point. He'll have to prove something that he hasn't been able to prove for a while or his entire major league career or his minor league career, which he could stay healthy and be consistent throughout an entire season. So yeah. I have a bad feeling Yankees will put DJ at first. I doubt that. I don't really watch hockey. I'm actually an Islanders fan. I watch some hockey, but I'm an Islanders fan. I don't, I kind of hope the Rangers keep losing. I don't really like them. So yeah, I don't know if that's messed up. The Mets are going to have a downfall, and I think that they'll win a World Series with him. I don't know. I'm not that much of a hater. The whole idea. Oh, we got a super chat from Vladdy P. Hold on. Appreciate you, man. The whole idea of these pitchers make me think Cashman knows there's no good offense out there, so you can try to win with pitching. I think that, there's some truth to that. I think that Cashman's aware that he's not going to be able to get a serious thumper, so he's just trying to do everything he can to acquire as much pitching as he can. But you know what? It might work because this team, if they can get a first baseman and a second baseman, could be this could be quite the team. This could be quite the team with the right additions at first and second. I would have done this as well. I think it was the qualifying offer, the concerns of qualifying. So, yeah. I'd love the Yankees to trade for Yandy Diaz. I would too. Really for it to be Yandy Diaz. Would love for it to be Yandy. He's quite the ball player. Really like this move too. I hope he can cook with the bats. I get it. I get your frustration, but I hope he can cook with the bats and get the ball rolling a little bit. Lombard Jr. only if I could get a serious bat back, or I need a serious offensive player back when that really helps this team. So, yeah, Brandon Lowell is right there. He's still right there. He's still right there. So, yeah, he's still right there for the Yankees to acquire if they decide if that's something that they can get or if that's someone the Rays decide ultimately to trade. So, yeah. We'll see, though. I know that we'll see. I don't know. Do you think we can flip the catcher the Yankees got for Yandy? Absolutely not. The Rays got rid of him. They didn't. They let him go last year. No chance that they'll take him as a headliner. Matt McClain, he's not coming back. He's not coming to the Yankees. That's not going to happen. Not coming back. So he's not coming to the Yankees. Not trading him. That's not going to happen. What kind of player does Lombard project their profile to be? Way too young for me to be like, hey, he's going to be this, and that. But he's got some serious stump in his bat. He, is starting to improve the contact rates. We'll see. Nate wrong low, go for Nathaniel at first. I think the Yankees are better off. If they could get Brandon Lowe, it would be a better fit because they're a lot more first base than there are second basemen. Appreciate you, man. We're going to do Vladdy P again with another donation. Hold on. Thank you, man. I appreciate you for the super sticker. As for Lombard, yes, he was the Yankees 2023 first round pick. He was a 2023 first round pick. Can Ben Rice be a backup catcher this year? We'll see. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's definitely a possibility that he ends up being the backup catcher for this team. I think that ultimately it depends on whether the Yankees end up acquiring somebody or not. Like Rice is a capable defender, I think, at the catcher position. He's clearly, got offensive skills. The only thing that I kind of worry about is the defense, right? And also having two lefties, right? You can't really platoon lefties. So we shall see. We shall see. Package for Yandy and Lowe. I don't think the Yankees can do that. Did the Yankees get a comp pick for Soto? Yes, I believe they got a 4th round pick. You should make a tutorial of how to read these stats for dummies, man. That was great. Too fast to follow. My bad. I'll definitely do a better job of trying to explain that stuff. No pick for Soto. I think we did know we got a 4th round pick, unless it gets canceled out by signing a player on the QO. I can't really tell. Wasn't Lombard a shock pick? Yeah, I don't think he was the expected pick for the Yankees, but he's a young player. He's got, tons of upside. I'm really excited to see how the Yankees are able to develop him, moving forward. We'll see. Great trade. What's next? Have to imagine it's the bats. So yeah. The Yankees have quite the pitching staff now. So yeah. Do you see Vladdy Jr. join the Yankees next year? No. Where's Strowman going? How much money do we get back? I don't know that he's been traded, and I would hope he can get traded, but we'll see. We'll see. Like, I don't know if we'll be able to get, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Sometimes the audio goes in and out. My bad. Strowman trade next. I hope Strowman next. I mean, it's not that I hate him or anything. I think there are things that I think there are reasons that people will have I think there are valid reasons to not love Strowman. But I'm saying I hope he's traded because of the financials and he doesn't have a role in this team really. I don't really want him to kind of just sit around and do nothing for an entire year on a team that isn't going to start him. I don't know. I think that would be, I think for the veteran, that would be kind of messed up. And then obviously for the team, it's a waste of money. So yeah, you can trade comp picks. You can trade competitive balance picks. So yeah. This is a good point, actually. Keeping Strowman until spring training, maybe even into spring training, because teams will get injuries. I think that it's more so you can get cheap pitching depth somewhere else, and that $9 million might help you cover a position that you need help in. So, yeah. New York Yankees, you need pitching. Come talk to us. We will have what you need if you got what we want. Yeah, we have the bullpen to start dealing out of there. They need the money. Yes, absolutely. I saw the report from Robert Murray, yes, that he believes that it's more than likely he'll get traded. I don't think the Yankees would trade him for a player. I think they would do whatever they could to just shed as much money as possible. Kind of like the Poteet trade where, the Bellinger Poteet trade where, Poteet was a minor piece in this deal, more just kind of a small piece in this deal. I'm not really concerned about that stuff. I don't really care about what players we get back. I just want the money. I just want the money on all that stuff. So, yeah. I hate how QO and luxury tax works. We should get a better pick than for Soto. I agree, man. I think that, overall it's not cool. It sucks that like we don't get better picks for Soto because of that stuff. I don't know. I could see them getting Grisham to shift more money. I could see them trading him, I guess, at this point. Yeah, Thoughts on Will Warren? I think he's got this. I think Will Warren, is one of those people who can become a solid, a solid. How do I put this? A solid pitcher moving forward. We'll see. He's got the stuff. He's got, the pedigree in terms of pitch mix, pitch diversity. He's pitched well to minor league levels. I know he didn't do that last year, but, we'll see him. I think we can see Will Warren develop into a quality pitcher for sure. Yeah, trade Sherman to the A's. That makes sense, right? A's, they need to fill up payroll. Yeah, I agree. We should get a second-round pick for losing Soto. Would have been your max AV for Walker. I think it's $20 million, but again, it seems the Yankees are more concerned about the picks that they would lose in the international free agent money. Not necessarily a situation where the Yankees were trying to how do I put this? It's a situation where I don't think the money was the problem. So yeah. They look like they're trying big time to create wiggle room money wise and flip a catcher. We just got a flip piece. I'd say I don't think Cruz. Oh, I think Jackson's a flip piece, not Cruz. DJ joining Andujar, Urshela Sevi, and JP Sears as former Yankees. Yes, the Yankee fraternity have going on in Oakland. Yeah, we need bats. We need more bats. We need to improve the offense. So, yeah. We've got a report. We have a report. Hold on. With the Yankees, okay, Yankees' interest in adding veteran first baseman Paul Goldschmidt is rapidly increasing, sources told MLB.com. I kind of hate this, but, okay, this is if the Yankees tried to flip Strowman for Arenado. So we're gonna have to. By the way, I'm gonna post on the FSY Twitter. Let's see. I'm just gonna post this on the Twitter. Hold on, I apologize, guys. I'm a one-man crew right now. According to @Mark finds it. All right, so let's see what this says. Could have a strong. He added that it could have an influence in Arenado waiving his no trade clause agreeing to play for the Yankees if New York pursues a trade for a 10-time Gold Glover. They approached Cardinals for a deal early this offseason by Arenado, but they were rebuffed because St. Louis had no interest in taking the contract. A veteran right-handed pitcher, Marcus Stroman. I'm assuming that's. I'm not gonna lie. I would have done anything to like deal him. Now Goldschmidt is a sticky point. Any potential deal with the Yankees. That 37-year-old Goldschmidt seeking a multi-year deal. That might cause some pause. Diamondbacks are also a possible destination. Let's see. Arenado would have to prove, but would be far more likely to do so if Goldschmidt were to play for the Yankees. Okay. So this is the nice part here that kind of like makes me breathe a little bit. The Yankees view Goldschmidt as more than an answer at first base, namely an additional piece to help acquire Arenado is unclear. So that would tell me that I don't think there's like a link that the Yankees are more interested in Arenado now. Look, I don't really, this is the one thing the only way I'm willing to do is if I can swap Strowman, but even then, like my offense is not good enough. I think they have to get like a legitimate infielder. I don't know. This is kind of gross. I don't really like the offense stuff. Yeah. Who cares about the Mets? Yeah, I agree. No, the Yankees are not going to trade for Josh Young. That's not happening, guys. They're not trading for Josh Young. It's not happening. Let's see what new comments we've got. Our offense is going to suck. Yeah, that's. I hope we don't get Arenado. So, yeah. The Yankees will have no offense again. If they get both, absolutely. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. Yeah, I don't think there's no the Yankees cannot, and I refuse to endorse. Like I can how do I put this? Paul Goldschmidt, I can not live with it. I could right? I could be frustrated and mad in my own head, and then just kind of like it's kind of like Verdugo, where like you just go whatever. Goldschmidt would be a whatever, and if you get the right second baseman, maybe that helps. But Arenado cannot happen. Arenado cannot happen. The Yankees getting Arenado would be horrible. It would be terrible. It would be one of the worst additions the Yankees have ever made in their franchise history. Goldschmidt shot. Yeah, I would agree that I think he's not going to be very good next year. And I think it's kind of BS that they're so in on him, considering I don't think he's very good anymore. Yeah, I would agree. Bellinger being the best hitter we acquire is concerning. It's so far, like, again, the offense side of the offseason has not been great. Yeah, it's just so weird. Why do they want to make two bad offenses? Well, I mean, technically they aren't actually in on Arenado. That's not like that. They only tried to do it for Strowman, but I think it's absolutely messed up to like be so in on Goldschmidt Arenado. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense at all. So yeah, I get it. It could, but like, you know what else could fix it? Getting good hitters, right? Like getting good hitters would fix that. And like, it just feels so weird to not go get good hitters instead. So there's that. I'm probably going to wrap this up here. It's getting a little late, but I appreciate you guys stopping by for the stream. We'll have more. I'm sure Alex and I'll have more to discuss tomorrow. We'll be able to kind of go through all these reports and stuff like that. And we'll talk about everything. We'll chop it up. I'll get you guys some conversations. Alex and I have our normal longer episodes for tomorrow. This will be up on the YouTube so that you guys can rewatch it. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and being here for the stream. There's so much to talk about. There'll be a lot to talk about tomorrow. Get some rest. Enjoy your weekend. If you are done with final season, congrats. I finished my final class on Wednesday. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Appreciate you all for stopping by. If you haven't liked already, like the stream. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Turn on the notification bell. Comment, all that stuff. Share with a friend. If you like Fireside Yankees and the content we have an Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and, of course, YouTube page. All into the handle at Fireside Yankees, except for Instagram, where it's at fireside.yankees. You can check me out on Twitter at Ryan Garcia ESM. Thank you all for tuning in again. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your night. Peace out. Let's go Yankees.